Madam Chair, distinguished delegates, thank you for the opportunity to speak. Save the Children believes that every child should survive and be protected in disasters. Each year, thousands of children die as a result of natural disasters, and children from the poorest families suffer disproportionately. Many of these lives could be saved through advanced planning and investment in disaster risk reduction. Over the past 5 years, Save the Children has implemented DRR programs in over 35 countries with more than $70 million in funding, reaching over 2 million children and their families. Recognizing children as agents of change, we have pioneered child-centered and child-led disaster risk reduction, encouraging participation of children and communities in measures to improve the lives of children facing disasters. In Ethiopia, we have worked in drought risk reduction and preparedness to improve community livelihoods and sustainability. Our programs in Laos and Vietnam have incorporated disaster preparedness in schools and produced teacher guides on DRR. In India, we integrate DRR and climate change adaptation in order to build disaster-resilient communities. And in Bolivia, we have ensured that children's participation in DRR involves them in practical measures for disaster risk reduction. Despite increased attention to these issues, more needs to be done. We are calling on governments to support an age-appropriate, child-centered approach to disaster risk reduction that focuses on the specific risks faced by children, as well as the role they can play. This involves placing children at the heart of DRR policy and planning, and ensuring that the threats facing children, which are different to those faced by adults, are recognized and planned for. Children's rights to participate in DRR activities should be recognized, and they should be welcomed as key actors in reducing disaster risk. Save the Children, together with UNICEF, Plan International, and World Vision, have supported the development of a children's charter for disaster risk reduction, developed in consultation with 600 children in 21 countries across the world. This charter outlines children's own priorities regarding disaster risk reduction, and children consistently raised 5 key issues that were of utmost concern. Number 1, schools must be safe and education must not be interrupted, and children out of school should be reached. Number 2, child protection must be a priority before, during, and after a disaster. Number 3, children have the right to participate in measures to tackle disaster risks and climate change, and they should have access to the information they need. Number 4, community infrastructure must be safe, and relief and reconstruction must help reduce further risk. And finally, number 5, disaster risk reduction must reach the most vulnerable people, including those with disabilities and children out of school. Disaster risk reduction must support these groups, and we encourage all to support this children's charter and for governments to implement these priorities in their own disaster risk reduction plans. Thank you.